I met Robin Williams in person in Dallas. I've also met Marilyn Monroe in Dallas in person.
Marilyn Monroe, she'd be very old right now, right?
Med beds. She is
So if you met Robin Williams in Dallas, what did he look like?
Robin Williams. He was
Disguised as the mayor of Dallas? We talked at Rededicate 250.
Yes.
We talked just last week at the Rally to End All Rallies.
Yeah.
What was your thought of the attendance at the Rally to End All Rallies?
Not as much as I thought it would be. I thought it was be a lot bigger, but I've been like the Wildwood, New Jersey rally was one of the biggest rallies I've ever been to.
How many people do you think were there at the Rally to End All Rallies?
And the one here in D.C., I have to say maybe 100,000.
100,000?
I think so.
The one we were at, where there was 30 people waiting in line when I got there?
Yeah, but then they started coming in later. It was like a dribble effect.
Video from the Bulwark showing what appears to be a steady stream of people leaving the event in the middle of Trump's speech.
Last time we spoke, I heard some new things from you, and I'm wondering, you guys have talked several, you guys know?
Both Dallas Protsmanians, sir.
Oh, Michael Brian
We're both
Protzman.
negative
I didn't even
48.
ask you about that last time. I didn't connect the JFK, that all makes sense now.
Protzman was known to his QAnon followers as Negative 48. He made national news in 2021 when he led hundreds of his followers into believing that former President John F. Kennedy would reappear at the plaza in Dallas where JFK was shot and killed in 1963. Protzman said Kennedy, a Democrat, would reinstate Donald Trump as president.
You know what was crazy, Jason?
What?
I didn't get to see my other Protsmanian sister, Maria, until I watched your video.
Oh, really?
Yes, I watched. I was like, Maria was there. I missed her because, I kind of just whatever. I just go wherever, right?
Wait, which one was Maria?
So Maria, the
She was
blonde,
wearing the red.
She was wearing, Maria was wearing the yellow jacket, the 107 jacket.
Oh, and did she have the JFK shirt on, the red
Yes.
JFK? Okay.
Yes.
Maria. And what does the shirt mean?
Well, the story with Trump is they're related, so the Kennedys are related, and there's more to the story behind the scene of military operation, things going on. So this is the Kings right here.
How ironic, because there was only 4 of us you interviewed, and 2 of us are Dallas Protsmanians, and not many of us exist in the world.
Yeah. How many are there? Do you think?
Maybe 200, 200 at the most, but that's about it.
Why do you think the Earth is flat?
Why does Google Maps and keep a lot of stuff out? Like why do you go to different areas where you're flying and you can't pass over Iceland, but you have to go around? So there's a lot of things that if you start connecting the dots will make sense, and you find out that we aren't around.
Okay, I think I heard all of it from the last woman I talked to. John F. Kennedy Sr., JFK Jr., both, died, but they're not really dead. JFK is Q+, and that he is the one who's kind of in charge of everything right now. Is that basically it?
I would say yes.
Well, can I just say for the record,
that's okay.
some of the stuff you're saying,
I know.
JFK is alive. We've got the video of him getting his head blown off. Like,
And I told
you're
you
saying,
that
and
was
he would be like
Mr. Tippett.
117 or something at the time?
No. He's 109. But that was
My
Mr.
apologies.
Tippett was his body double. Mr. Tippett got shot and killed. That's who got killed. And President Kennedy has a med bed. So the med beds.
No, we've heard.
Yeah, but you
It's all out there. It's all out there.
The med bed you had is not the med bed. You know what I mean? There's
Because you watch our videos. Okay.
These things are really big in the MAGA movement. We've heard about them at Trump rallies before. The way it's pitched at Trump rallies is there's this magical medical bed that's going to cure all diseases. And these people are trying to make money off of that.
Do my research. Make sure you're just being fair. Which you are.
And I gotta be honest, have I ever been unfair to you?
Fair. No, exactly. I wouldn't be talking to you if you were, but you've always been fair to me. I've never went back and said, I didn't say that, or you know what I mean? Like he exited out. And then I felt bad because I left you because you said, what keeps me in the QAnon?
Yeah.
Which I told you QAnon doesn't exist. There's QAnons. But let me tell you something I forgot to say.
Okay.
That's very important.
Okay.
Because it's people like that.
So it is the community. I guess that's what I was asking.
Yes, it
Because
is.
it's
the community. Yes, it is. They see a lot of our families abandon us. A lot of our friends we've had for our lifetimes abandoned us, and God gave us each other. So when nobody else was here, God put us together, and a lot of us with negative 48 in Dallas, and we became family.
Word on the street is that JFK Jr., will show up and introduce his parents.
12:29, the same time of day that JFK Sr. was shot here in this spot.
Probably the majority of us know that JFK Jr. is alive.
You're expecting JFK Jr.?
Absolutely.
Okay, how's that going to happen?
He never died.
Are we going to see him today?
JFK Jr.?
Yeah, that's what everyone's telling me.
We're hoping. You hope and pray.
And then after that?
He'll probably be the vice president with Trump.
I hope I'm right. I believe I'm right. And I believe today is going to be biblical.
Just to know the timeline of all of that. So you all were you got into the QAnon world. I know I messed up the terminology when I say the Q world, Q plus.
Who knows it bothers me? There's Q and then there's Anons.
Okay, so you got into that world probably around like 2019, 2020.
No, 2017.
Oh, 2017.
So I first started learning the truth with the Podesta emails that came out before the election with President Trump and Hillary Clinton.
WikiLeaks.
And you're talking about the Pizzagate stuff that came out.
Yes.
According to police, Welch said that he had read online that the Comet Ping Pong restaurant was harboring child sex slaves, and that he wanted to see for himself if they were there. The suspect said he was armed to help rescue them. The accusation came from this unhinged story that originated online days before the election, saying that Hillary Clinton and her campaign chairman John Podesta were operating a child sex ring.
And then the shooting of Vegas, because I had friends that were there. So that became like I needed to find out the truth, which was it was an assassination attempt of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. That Vegas, and they were trying to get out because they were caught. But President Trump rescued the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia on top of the Tropicana with the helicopter because he found out our corrupt, evil government, our CIA, were up to no good. And so he rescued the Crown Prince. And technically, he could have owned the Crown Prince based on their rules on etiquette and stuff like that. But that's why when you see the Crown Prince, MVS, with President Trump and like he touches him, right? You don't touch the Crown Prince, right? But that's why President Trump can touch the Crown
You don't think
Prince.
he just doesn't know the etiquette?
He knows, but because he rescued him, you know what I'm saying? No, he knows. He knows. They make sure all dignitaries know the rules, but because President Trump rescued him, and the whole thing was the Crown Prince, MBS, was liberating the women of Saudi Arabia, letting them drive. They didn't have to get permission from a man to be out at night, right?
Yeah.
And so he was liberating them, and he was taking down the corrupt government. MBS was, including Prince Al-Walid, that is the one that tried to kill him.
Okay. All right. It's a new one. You know some of the things you're saying with the JFK being alive, JFK Jr., Robin Williams, like all of these people who have died in very public ways and they're celebrities in their own right. They're alive. You're saying they're alive.
Yeah,
and you can see how people would hear that and think,
you're crazy.
Yeah, how, you know, but like why would you believe that? And what's the domino that gets you to something like that?
Because I met Robin Williams in person in Dallas. I've also met Marilyn Monroe in Dallas in person.
Marilyn Monroe, she'd be very old right now, right?
Yes. Med beds. She is.
So if you met Robin Williams in Dallas, what did he look like?
Robin Williams.
He was
Disguised as the mayor of Dallas?
Mm-hmm. But he still looked like
He's on TikTok under the Steve the Steve show on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
So Robin Williams was disguised as the mayor of Dallas. Does the mayor of Dallas exist, or is that Robin Williams always?
No.
Yeah, I don't think it's always him. No. But I think sometimes there's like arrangements made. Okay. Sometimes these people did bad things, so they said, "Oh, we'll give you a break, but you have to do this," right? Okay. So.
And then Robin Williams, one of the most famous celebrities, in the last 60 years.
Yeah.
he was put in place of the mayor of Dallas?
Night, I believe, or just for that weekend.
It was that weekend.
So
For that weekend.
you just said that out loud.
Yeah.
Does that not seem a little out there?
No, because for us, it's about discernment. And like we've seen the pictures, like we can sit there and look at the old people and then the actors and stuff, and we could see. Like we know Joe Biden was never our president for a single day because no people have two different earlobes, okay? So Joe Biden in 1996 had two loose earlobes, right? Supposedly when he was the president, he had a loose earlobe and an attached earlobe.
You don't think he just got a facelift?
Who would get two different earlobes to fix themselves? No. It's like
I'm in Delaware.
Videos too where
So you told me about the Delaware.
Yeah, I've seen
right.
no.
But
Okay.
we've also seen videos where his mask was slipping, and one girl's doing this video, and she's like, his mask was falling, so he couldn't breathe. You know, so yeah, this is a situation for us where it comes down to.
I've always asked
we've
this
looked at
question.
the evidence.
Who would, if Joe Biden wasn't Joe Biden, who was playing Joe Biden?
Different actors.
Famous actors?
Famous actors. One of them, I think you said I said Jim Carrey, which I never said that.
No, I've heard that at rallies. I didn't know if you said it.
I didn't say Jim Carrey because Michael said they don't have black hats doing white hat business, and Jim Carrey used to attend the spirit cooking event, so I would have never said that. But James Woods has played him. There is an actor named John Roberts that used to play him in the 80s.
You used to play Joe Biden's been dead for a long time.
Joe Biden's been dead. Yeah.
Since the 80s?
Never our president. Huh?
21, and if you go back and listen,
some people say different
if you
years,
go
but he was
back
never our
and look
president.
at the 21 to gun salute that they held it in Arlington Cemetery. If you look up in Arlington Cemetery, Joseph Biden, what is that? Joseph Robin Biden. No. And if you go on Arlington Cemetery, you can see his grave marker.
I'm very interested in how you first got involved in the conspiracy theory thinking.
Got involved was when my husband came home about 16 years ago and said, "Hon, I've got cancer." And I know the year before, my brother had the same cancer, and what they wanted to do to my husband was the same thing they did to my brother, which killed him. It wasn't the cancer that killed him, it was the chemo and the radiated seeds they put into him. And they wanted to do the same thing. I prayed to God, and God put things in my path to show me what would heal my husband. And every step of the way, it was just like a miracle. It appeared. And once I learned, I cured his cancer.
So it was a traumatic event that happened, and it kind of, when he was cured of the cancer, it led you down to like search for more answers on things.
I'm an accountant, and I research who has the money and who is funding what. So yes, I went down those holes after that, and it was one right after the other, and it was a lonely journey, but you know, I had to see. I had to know the truth, and I wanted to search for it, and I still, to this day, I still research. I still look into people and look to see if they're bad or good, to see if they're on God's side or if they're on Satan's side, because that's what it is. This is not about politics. Everybody thinks it's about politics. No, sir. It's about good versus evil, bottom line.
And two things on that. One, do you think the conspiracy that is out there could possibly be just there's a lot of rich people a minority of people who are rich who control a lot of what happens in the world, and it's not always done in the best interests of the people here on Earth, and
it's
just
a way to make more money. Right. And if you find out why they do their things, it's because they want to make more money. Right. That's all they have, the love of money. What is the root of all evil? And I said this to you before. The root of all evil is the love of money. And it's 13 elite families that are doing this.
So I guess what I'm saying is to find more common ground with people, on the left. Like a lot of people on the left are like, yeah, the billionaires have too much power. They're buying elections. They're doing all these, terrible things to our environment, to the world. Do you think there's something where you could unite with people on the left about that?
I don't know how, but God is going to reunite everybody. I believe we are in Revelations. I believe that He is coming back to judge these people. And I hope and I pray that they find Him. Because if they don't, they're going to be in the pit. Sorry.
We talked the other week, we talked today. A lot of the things you're saying, I can't get on board with. JFK is alive. I don't believe that. JFK Jr. is alive. Robin Williams is alive. What is a message of unity? How you doing? What is a message of unity for the United States of America on the 250th birthday?
What it's going to be, and what we all need to do, is once everyone wakes up, it's going to be love and caring for humanity. That's what we need to go toward, not hate. That is negative. We have God within. He lives within. It spells it out in our DNA. In Hebrew, it spells out God eternal is within. And that's in your DNA, everybody that has a soul.
Okay, so love over division.
Love over division.
Can we start that now?
Oh, yeah, I've been trying to start that. I pray to God every night saying, Lord, always keep my thoughts and words coming from my heart and not my brain, because there lies where He really lies, is within.